To keep an open mind and to not construe any of the data heard here. Shark Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the accuracy or validity of the information broadcasted by our hosts or guests. Listener discretion is advised.
The love of the written word is like a drug.
A single thought can turn into miles across the ocean.
Or a night in bed with someone you love.
They are the very essence of my soul.
I breathe them in every day just to live.
The Eclectic Artist Cave. Live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time on The Shark. Swim for your life.
Hey, this is Daryl Campbell with Ghost Hunting Southern Style, and you're listening to the Malliard Report on Shark Radio Network.
Hey everybody, it's the Malliard Report.
It's the Malliard.
The Malliard Report here on the Shark Radio Network. I hope everybody's kicked back and relaxed. Yes, I am playing this Yes, sorry, reading the chat room and getting my mind going. I shouldn't be answering the chat room with my voice, and I shouldn't be talking and trying to talk to the chat room. But anyways, welcome to the Malliard Report tonight. I'm your host, Jim Malliard. I've got Ken Tucker, noted blues musician, coming up here in a few seconds. As soon as I get him up on the line, I just want to say hello to everybody. Hope everybody's evening is going wonderfully well. If you wondered where you've heard Ken Tucker before, well, he also does the intro and the exit to my show, so you've heard him there at least for sure. You've probably heard him on The Shark if you've been listening for any significant amount of time. You've heard him do some other shows, but my birthday is Saturday, so I figured what better way to... It's okay. Like I said, my birthday is Saturday, so I figured I needed an easy guest this week just to, I don't know, just give myself a present. So, having Ken Tucker on, normally I do some paranormal type genre stuff, and I'll be back with that next week. But right now, I'm going to find my guest and see if he's ready. He was nuking coffee a minute ago, so let's see if he's there. Excuse me. He'll be around, I'm sure. He's excited, as always, to be on the... Contact can only receive IMs. What does that mean, Ken? What are you doing to me? Oh, he's gonna call me. That'll work. Ken.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight?
Groovy, baby. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Yeah, I am easy.
So what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot, really.
That's exciting.
Just sitting back, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, and enjoying good company.
Well, that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah, ready to do some jamming, and I got my granddaughter in the other room. She's in there with my daughter and my son. They're doing whatever they're doing there on the computer and playing video games, and I'm in the front room on my laptop, getting my guitar sitting out here and my cigarettes and in tow, and a cup of Joe.
That's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah, and so I'm doing all right. My wife is chilling, getting ready for relaxing after a hard day of work, and I'm getting geared up for some festivals coming up, and I got a show this weekend.
Where's that at? Let's start there. Let's start with the good stuff. Where are you playing this weekend?
In a town that sounds like an old car horn, and I'm not lying. It's called Cayuga, Indiana.
Must have some awesome postcards, but they probably don't make the same sound.
Yeah, it's well, if you don't know where it is, it's right outside Newport. Does that help?
No, that doesn't help either.
Okay, both towns together are about the size of I don't know, maybe your backyard.
Okay, yeah.
And then now I'm playing in Cayuga this weekend, Saturday, at a place called Papa Tops. And really, I don't know. After that, I'm playing at the Linton Music Festival.
Right.
And the really cool thing about that, like a lot of you know that I found out about a son I had a few months ago. I'm actually going to get to meet him for the first time Labor Day weekend.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And my daughter, his sister, has been up here for the last 3 weeks, and I've been enjoying playing around with my granddaughter and, enjoying the grandfather thing. It's my first grandchild, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And my daughter's a sweetheart, and we're just having a good time. My son Russell's playing for a band now. He's joined a band last week.
Yeah, you sent me a message about that. Are you excited about that, or is he more excited?
Yeah, actually, he's really excited about it. I'm very excited about it because I tell you what, for these kids as young as they are amazingly talented. And excuse me, Russell's playing drums for him. The Lemon Brothers is the name of the band. And I think the bass player is 8 years old. The guitar player is 11.
What were you doing when you were 8 years old?
Picking my nose and eating mud pies. I wasn't really doing much of anything. But I tell you one thing about the bass player. This kid is like maybe 4'5", and he can play the crap out of that bass, man. He's playing stuff that I was like, dude, I'm going to hire you. He's better than my bass player. And, actually the bass is taller than him. And I'm not lying. He's literally, Russell's 5'7". And this kid goes maybe up to a little above Russell's hip.
That's a small boy.
And, and they're extremely. They got their first gig October 1st, and I'm gonna be there. They're doing some kind of charity thing, which I think is wonderful. They do a lot of charity gigs, and I'm very proud of Russell, in spite of his entering the teenage. I'm smarter than everybody, and I know everything, and I'm gonna tell you what the hell to do years.
Right.
He's extremely good at drums, and he's very dedicated to these boys, and he's got a good sense of commitment with them.
At least he's got the commitment with the band that he's always giving you hell. So,
well, he if I get pissed off enough, he'll remember who Dad is really damn fast. And so I just, I'm a pretty mellow guy. It takes a lot to ruffle my feathers, but it's just funny about your kids. They know exactly what buttons to push and when to push them.
I think we all know at a certain point after being with somebody so many years, you know how exactly to push their buttons. It doesn't matter if it's a kid or a wife or a spouse or anything. You can just.
Yeah, well, you heard me on Skype earlier, and but this is the same kid who likes to interrupt my radio interviews, yelling "penis" when he walks through the room. So it's not unknown to people in here what my son can do.
No, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah. I used to like to. Honestly, with my dad, when I was growing up, I was kind of a backward kid. So I was. Those of you who remember hearing my dad, he's hilarious to live with him, sweet roll. I tell you what, he's hilarious to live with him. Then you want to choke him. But I love him dearly. I mean, I die for the kid. But with my dad, I was kind of had this thing. My dad scared the living hell out of me, so I didn't cross him ever.
But speaking of your dad, I have the old album cover up that he painted.
Yeah. Right
now on the Ustream. What a talented man, though.
Oh yeah, Dad is extraordinary. My father is honestly. My father's a celebrity in his own right, and he won't admit it. But he is. He's nationally known in several different fields among Boy Scouts. And this You know, it sounds silly to say Boy Scouts, but my dad is a nationally recognized Boy Scout.
Well, I'm an Eagle Scout, so I understand that.
Yeah, he has actually gotten, and you'll laugh at the name of this. He's got the Silver Beaver Award.
No, I know what it is, so I won't laugh at it.
And he
is laughing at it anyways.
He's in the Order of the Arrow, and he's the top Order of the Arrow, and he's been. In fact, his best friend is one of his scouting buddies he grew up with. His best friend is the vice president of Rolls-Royce International. And
what are we doing driving cheap used cars then, Ken?
You know, that's what I asked him. It's like, gosh, man, hook me up with it. My dad's best friend is Ed Peace. He's a U.S. senator. And I said, Dad, go and, pull some of your clout with Ed and get me a nice car, for God's sakes. But he said, I can't get it off of him myself. Why the hell am I going to get you one?
Okay, fine. Get him on the show. I'll get him on my show then. I'll talk to.
You want to get Ed Pease on the show?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good luck. Yeah. But no, Dad's. He's been nationally recognized for his artwork and his Boy Scout work, and he was like with the Pacific Fleet commander in the Navy doing artwork in Hawaii for him and on secret missions and stuff, doing like maps and stuff. He was up for teacher in space. He was one of the top 100 teachers that could have went up on the Space Shuttle Challenger. And I remember after that blew up, and my mom called me hysterically, "Oh, your dad, he could have been on that." I said, "Mom, he wasn't. Calm down."
Yep.
And Dad came back from from Cape Canaveral. And he said, I still kind of wish I'd been on that. I said, Dad, what the hell? He goes, well, I'd have been in the history books. I said, well, that's a hell of a way to get in the history books. I said, well, yeah, but, people would remember my name. I said, well, who gives a crap, But that's my dad. My dad's all into, my dad's whole thing is he wants to make an impact on society in a good way. He wants to be a force of change that is positive and uplifting to people.
Right.
And so, and that's what I grew up with. My dad's idea of a good time was taking us to this science museum, the art museum in Chicago, instead of a ball game. He wouldn't take us to tractor pools and fishing and ball games. It was like going to see a documentary or going to like some big event for some kind of science thing or art thing or whatever, or concerts, theater, whatever. That's my dad.
Yeah, I had he was on Joanne's show with you and your brother Jimmy. It's been a month ago now. Somehow Joanne called me after that and said, "Did we even talk during that 2-hour period of time?" And I said, "I can't remember, but it was a good time anyway." So,
my dad is a sick, twisted. We're all just messed up. We're all messed up in the head. But Dad really, I remember when I started playing guitar. I was like maybe 10 or 11. Dad was cool. I'm sorry, my allergies are killing me. Dad was all cool with it until I got an amplifier.
Imagine that.
And then all of a sudden it was tune change. It's like I was playing in my bed. I got my first distortion pedal. I remember that. I was 14, and Dad nearly busted my door down. And he said, "You shut that blankety-blank thing off, or I'm going to blankety-blank shoot that blankety-blank piece of blankety-blank with a gun and run over your blankety-blank amplifier." And it was and now that I'm touring every now and then, he like, when's the next time we're going to Nashville, or when we're going to Memphis again, or when we're going to North Carolina again? And I said, whenever I get a gig, but he loves it now because he gets free vacations off of me.
Well,
it's like, hey, if you'll take me, I'll drive. I said, well, if you'll drive, I'll let you go. I get to sleep.
It's good to have a driver. Sometimes I wish I had one.
Well, you ought to go on one of our road trips, Jim. I don't know if you'd either love it or hate it. There's not much. There's no. no in between. When my wife and I, when my dad and I and my wife and son and go on a trip, I think my wife is she doesn't enjoy it a whole lot sometimes. I think she, when the fart contests start, or we start just doing what we do. My wife embarrasses pretty easy, and so Dad thrives on that. We just like, let's see how red we can make her face this time, and so yeah, we've had our share of adventures. Believe me.
I bet. So I think I've heard you've interviewed half a dozen times now, but I've never heard this question asked, so I'm gonna ask it. Ready? Where's the biggest venue you've played?
I played at. I played when I played for Larry Norman. Larry was worldwide known in his genre of music, and so when he hired me on to play for him, we'd regularly play shows that had 400, 500, 600 people show up. But I remember one time we played at a place called Cornerstone, which was a big festival in Illinois, gigantic. It lasted like a whole week. And we were on main stage. We were one of the main shows that week. And I think there was like 35,000 in our crowd, something like that.
Just a few people.
And there were four 40-foot Trinitron screens across. The stage was about the size of a basketball court. And they were shooting a documentary at the time, so there's 4 40-foot TV screens, and I didn't realize it. And then the next year, they had the screens up again, and they were showing excerpts from last year's documentary. And the girl who had sang in a band with me before was there, and all of a sudden I popped up on that screen during one of the showings of the documentary, and there's like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15,000 people there, and she's shouting, "That's my guitar player up there. That's my guitar player." and so she was all excited. She called me on the cell phone right after. "I saw you on a 40-foot. You were 40 feet tall." And so
does that also make you 40 foot wide?
Yeah, exactly. 45. Who's counting?
Well, after 30, it doesn't really matter much.
But I'll tell you, the smallest place I played was a couple weekends ago. I played for Wedding Reception.
Right.
And we ended up playing the chairs.
Nice.
It was ridiculous, yeah, because once the wedding reception was over and we took the stage, everybody wanted to get drunk, so they went to the bar down the street. And so we were playing the chair. I got paid good, but I played the chair for 2 hours. So we got a paid practice out of it.
As long as you got paid, that's all that matters.
Damn straight I got paid. Excuse me.
Well, I hear you're looking to do some more of those smaller settings.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have home shows on my notes, so you want to talk about what do you want to do there? How you want to do that?
I've been wanting to do what's called house shows, which is basically touring from town to town, playing for people in their houses, and they have friends come over, and we have just houses that we stay in and do concerts in, and they charge people like $5-10 to come, and a lot of bands, it's becoming kind of a trend, especially among like acoustic bands, to just do shows in people's houses, and I was wanting to try to do some touring that way, just go to different people's houses and play concerts and have them pay me and feed me and house me, and I'll play some music for them.
So, I think it's a great concept. I mean, good way to connect with people, too.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like doing these interviews, because I'm making a lot of friends. I'm trying to talk my friends into helping me do this. So if you're interested, feel free to contact me, and I will be happy to oblige you.
And where do we find Ken Tucker at? I mean, how would I contact you, I guess? I've got all these websites here, but what... Do you have an email address, I guess, is the question I'm trying to get to?
Yeah, you can put my email... I'll type my email in the chat right now.
Okay.
And they can contact me easily through this, because I check it about 4 times a day, on the average.
Right.
And I didn't. I hate it when I do that. I didn't put the cursor in the chat box. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. But yeah, if you contact me through here, I'll give you all the pertinent information of how to contact me or how to, get things rolling. And there you go. It's not that difficult to work this stuff out. It's just a matter of, planning it carefully, making sure you don't schedule one concert 600 miles away from the one the next day.
Oh yeah, there's
you got to do it logistically and with good organization but it's all just getting a hold of me, and we'll make it work.
Right. And KenTucker.Weebly, if I can only pronounce it, anything this would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Is your place to find you?
KenTucker.Weebly.com.
I'll be posting that and all this information in my blog later. If anybody misplaces it, they'll find it there. But you started the YouTube page, so you're going to be putting more videos up there? You're getting all excited about that?
Yeah, I'm going to be putting some... I'm going to wait till after Labor Day because, like I said, I have my daughter and granddaughter here, and I want to spend as much time with them as I can, and instead of, farting around on the computer. So once they head back to Florida, I'll concentrate on doing some instructional videos, some just playing some, demoing new songs that I write and playing some old standards and trying to build up my video repertoire.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I've subscribed and had you as a friend on there with
yeah.
So
thank you.
Oh, no
and all
problem.
you other people in here need to subscribe to my my YouTube channel because it is going to be awesome.
Hopefully one of us has a video that goes viral. That's all I can hope for someday. To say I know that person or be that person.
I think Jimmy and I are planning on taking I have a TV that doesn't work anymore, a great big TV.
Right.
So one video we're going to do is we're going to take it out in the woods and blow it up and put it on YouTube and see how many people we get to watch it.
Set it to music and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, like just have it explode in slow motion and over again, and then put some kind of killer music behind it and have commentary. That'd be fun.
There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, if any of you can get to the Linton Music Fest in Linton, Indiana on Saturday of the 3rd of September, definitely come. That's the day I am playing. And I would love to see you there.
Sounds
Speaking
like
of playing.
Speaking of playing, we're almost halfway through here.
Let me finish the smoke. We keep talking while I smoke. I'll
okay,
listen.
we'll keep talking while you smoke. I was just saying, I was looking at my clock because I'm trying to be on top of things, and
yeah.
Because I should mention here that we were listening to the Shark Radio Network, and
Shark Radio.
Isn't this great?
I love it. I love Shark Radio. I love all the people on here. I've not met one person on here I do not like. And hey, Moo's in here. Hey, Moo, what's up, baby?
I'm looking forward to. Did you know her and Robin have a new show coming on sometime here?
No.
Oh, I'm breaking news to you. I don't know exactly when. They were talking about it on Tammy. Robin was talking about it with Tammy earlier, and I was plugging wires, and I missed part of it, the conversation. But it's coming. So.
Oh, by the way, Tammy, I subscribe to your channel. I would like you to subscribe to mine because we are that tight. We're buddies.
There you go. Always got to get those people back to your videos. Subscribing, finding everything you can do.
I do want to go out to Vegas because my agent is in Vegas.
And you want to kick his ass?
No, it's a her, and she could probably kick mine.
Oh, uh-oh.
So she's one of them. She's like a very motherly type of lady from the East Coast living in Las Vegas, and she's very short. And one thing about short, middle-aged women is they can whip your ass. They can, especially the ones from the New York City, New Jersey area. They are just flat out, they'll kick your ass and cook you a breakfast, you know. And so I don't mess with Iris. She's just she's the boss when it comes to me. I let her do whatever she needs to do. Okay, I think the cigarette's about expired here.
That's good. Well,
so put this bad boy out and get this one out.
Double fisting what? Jeez, oh Pete.
What's that?
Double fisting. Oh, you're getting that bad boy out. Oh, never mind. I gotta pay attention. I thought you were putting two out. I'm like, what?
What? Let me see if you can hear this. Can you see here?
Yep,
okay?
I can hear it.
I won't take my headset off. I'm trying to think what I want to play though. Should I do an old standard or just do something I wrote? I don't know which. Here, I'll do one off the last CD here.
Okay,
so,
that'll work.
Trying to think which one. One of the guys like this one. Well, this tin cup at my feet has been empty all day long. Well, this tin cup at my feet has been empty all day long. Well, nobody throws no money, and I've been playing all day long. Well, I've been playing these old blues for many hungry years. I've been playing these old blues, baby, for many hungry years. I've been sitting here so long, I think I'm stuck right here. Well, I can't use a single nickel, no, no. I need more than just one thin dime. I don't want to use a single nickel, no. I need more than just one thin dime. Well, I need some of that for money if I'm gonna survive.
Such a true story today, anyways, with everybody going broke.
No kidding. And, you know, I see a lot of those guys in Nashville, man, sitting on the street corner. Some of those guys make some big bucks just sitting on the street corner playing every day during the summer. I mean, they can pull in $200 or $300 a day. But in the wintertime, it kind of sucks.
I was going to say, what do you get in
Nashville?
No.
Yeah, in Nashville, I mean, they go from about maybe late April, early May into about October. And then when it just gets too damn cold, they just stop. But even in Nashville, I found out, you know, there's waiting lines. There's bands waiting. I guess a waiting list is a better word for people to get a play, even for tips, in these clubs on Broadway.
That's crazy to think about.
That, I mean, but these guys play 2 or 3 times a day. They go from one club to another. They play for test for 2 hours and pack up, go to another club, play for test for 2 hours, pack up, go to another club. And if they're good enough, they can make it work.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're playing country and stuff. They're playing that chicken picking stuff like Brad Paisley, which I dig, but I can't. I don't do it. But
no, it's okay. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, though.
Yeah, but I'm keeping busy, not busy enough, and I'm trying to get as much as I can going, and so again, like I said, with the house shows, I'm trying to promote and trying to break out of this the Indiana, what little music scene there is here. Trying to get out past the borders of eastern Illinois and western Indiana. I just am looking really hard for places to play outside of here, because you can play here, but nowhere pays here very well. I mean, it's just really ridiculous.
Well, that's what you need, somewhere that pays you. It doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get paid, but it's like.
Oh no, but you need somewhere to get you paid.
Yeah, I mean, like, not chump change,
Yeah.
I can make about $175-$200 a show, but that's still not what I need to live on,
No.
But if I could, I'm thinking, trying to work up to three or four times a week, doing shows 3 or 4 times a week and getting the ball rolling. Because I was doing that for a long time, and it was doing. We're doing all right. Then when the economy started hitting the crapper, clubs started folding up, closing their doors, and if they weren't closing their doors, they were just not paying as much as they were before. And so, you just have to, I guess, be smarter than the system.
Is that possible? To be smarter than the system?
I believe it is, but I'm not yet.
Well, you have a new live CD out. How would I go about getting that? We were talking about this earlier, and I forgot to jot that part down.
You can get it. Just send me $15 in PayPal, and it's the last show. I think that this is a perfect example. We played at this place called Mulligan's, and we played there. And I guess they are having national acts come in that were drawing 15 people. And they had to pay these bands like $1,000, $1,500, and they were drawing maybe 300 or 400 at the bar. So we played the show. We were the last show that played there before they shut the doors. And then another place I had a regular gig at, they emailed me just the next day and said, we can't have music anymore. We just can't afford it. And so that's the scene around here. Everything's just, there's more clubs that are dying than are coming around.
That's not good, though. I mean, especially for people like you. But it's going to trickle down. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, the trick is just breaking out past where you are, And I've been to Austin. I'd love to go back to Austin. I remember I was talking to Austin City Limits at one time. They were thinking about having me come on when I had the last CD out before this one. And I was getting, I was on the top 40 national blues charts for I don't know, maybe 42 weeks. I was at number 11 for 6 weeks. And I called them and told them, everything I needed was in place. And they said, are you getting played on WTTS out of Indianapolis? I said, no, not yet. And they said, well, when you are, let us know, because that's one thing you need to do. And I went to WTTS and told them that story, and they said, well, we're not going to play you.
Why not?
And they never gave an explanation. They said, no, we're not going to play you. So I did. Okay, great. You could have an Indiana guy on Austin City Limits because you made it happen, and you won't do it. So, but anyway, I'd love to play just really anywhere. I'm willing to go overseas. I've been working on that too. And see, Sweet Rose, we have way more listeners. Well, I am on the Shark, and I love it here. I love you, Robin. You're the best.
Yeah, she's a great lady. I'm actually going to be talking to her off air here in a little bit, so she has some yelling at me she wants to do. Did you know that I made her say the F word on her show a couple weeks ago?
Finally, somebody made it happen.
I know. So
congratulations.
I know. I've got that forever. So.
But I've got I'm working on when Jimmy's over, which is every now and then. I'm working on a new acoustic CD that's going to be kind of old school primitive blues mixed with primitive folk, and so I'm looking forward to that too. Getting that done. Just doing a lot of trying to diversify myself a bit so I can have a bigger market than just electric rock and blues, because half of my shows I do acoustically. And a lot of people don't know that, but I love good acoustic playing, so like Tommy Emmanuel, love that guy. There's a whole other realm of my music that I haven't actually taken to the studio yet, and so I decided I'm going to do that because I've had lots of people say, you need to make an acoustic record. So I put my mind to it, and then it always turns into an electric record. So I've kind of got to force myself to keep my amplifiers put away and just plug my acoustic into the interface and get my harmonica player up here and knock out some just real primitive, raw acoustic tunes.
Well, I love the one that you're here, so an album of them would be great.
Yeah, I think it's well overdue, and I'm trying to finish up a few other songs that I have in the hopper, Right. And once, but I've already started on the primary tracks, getting the click track to the right BPM and. Starting to lay down the rhythm tracks and putting a tangible track down, so I have no excuse not to go back and finish it.
Right.
And it's easy to put things on the back burner,
Of course it is. We all do that.
And so if I stop telling myself I'm too busy, then I'll get it done.
Yeah, I mean, so how long do you think? Okay, so you're just kind of into this process. You just kind of threw it out there and you're starting it. How long do you think this process is going to take to make an acoustic CD for you?
Well, it's kind of it depends some on my brother because if you ask him, he will tell you that I am completely useless with a computer. I mean, seriously, I am the most useless person with a computer. And he knows, I know this. He knows I know it. So he'll tell you I'm an idiot when it comes to computers. So we kind of team up, but it kind of depends on him and he's really cool about it. I mean, I can call him and he'll come over and we'll spend 8 or 9 hours on the computer working the stuff up and smoking and telling dirty jokes and laying down tracks. And so once he's over here, then it goes, it just moves along. But he's got his life, he's got priorities too, and he's got 2 kids, and so it's like, hey, when can you come over? Yeah. Maybe Thursday, maybe tomorrow. It depends on if I have kids over or not. So I think a fair estimation would be about 2 to 3 months to get the tracks laid down.
That's not bad though.
No, because I'm not going to do any multi-layering. Well, I am going to do some. You have to do some. But I'm not going to rely on just strictly just overdubbing thousands of tracks. It'll be truly maybe most songs will be no more than 5 tracks to mix, because I don't want to take away. It's weird. The more you add to this process, the more of the essential elements you take out of it.
Right.
Because it stops being what it is. It becomes something else.
Yeah, I think most music today is overproduced. Maybe that's just me.
I agree with you. I think most music today is a monstrosity, really. I mean, when I go back and listen to some old blues stuff that was like Muddy Waters, heavens to Betsy, that was raw. You know, Howlin' Wolf, raw. A lot of these old blues guys, they didn't go in there and lay, have 45 tracks. They had, most of the time, they had just one recorder running, and they're all sitting in the same room with the mics on everybody, and they just laid it down in one go. If someone messed up, they started all over again. So that's kind of the spirit of what I'm going with this acoustic CD. Just lay it down and make it what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, because I think if you're going to listen to somebody, I want to hear them how they're going to sound if I go to see them in concert. I don't want to go to a concert and go, was that the same artist I was listening to on the CD?
Yeah, it's really discouraging to hear bands that you hear on the CD and it sounds like big and very orchestrated, and you hear them live and it's a shell of what you heard on the CD. And I just prefer honesty in the recording. I mean, like bands like Humble Pie, they were the same band on stage that was in the studio.
Right.
And bands like another good one's Bad Company. They didn't do a lot of stacking of stuff. They just laid it down. And of course I'm not going to use auto-tune because, number one, I don't have it. Number two, I wouldn't use it if I did have it. So I don't, if I sing flat, I'll just go back and sing it again until I get it right, But if people want to hear my music, I mean, they can buy a CD, of course. And even that CD, when we went to the CD, my producer was very careful. Tim Bashong is a great producer. He was very careful to make sure that the CD that you hear, the music you hear on the CD, will sound like me live.
That's
for the most part.
Right.
I mean, even 3-piece, I can fairly well replicate it. Now, some of the songs I don't do live because there are a few songs I did that were really orchestrated just to put them on the CD because I like the songs. But I don't do them live.
Right.
Because I need about 3 other guitar players and a piano player and so on. But the blues stuff is pretty much straightforward. Just that's how it is.
Right. Okay, so I hear you picking at your guitar. What you thinking now?
I'm trying to think what I want to do here for you while we're talking. I want to do one I haven't done before. I'm trying to think what that would be, though. Here's one. Let's see here. I wrote this. The reason I wrote this song is I had my guitar mentor, Tracy Garcia. I put him on my CD just because I wanted him on it. I asked him to play a lead part to one of my songs. So I wrote this song specifically for him to play the lead part on. Now, originally, he sang it on the CD, too, but my record label protested and said, no, I want you to sing on it because it's your CD, not his. So I had to go back and re-sing it. But I want to try to remember it for you. See? That's up. Street walking woman, don't you walk my way. Street Sweet walking woman, don't you walk my way. I forgot the damn words. Oh.
There we go.
Well, let's do something else. I forgot the words. I hate that when that happens.
That's how it goes, though, isn't it?
Let's see. Let's see. Here's one. I'll do this one for you. Oh, there you go. This is my rockabilly thing. I did this the other night. Called Big Train Tracks. Well, big train tracks take me down to New Orleans. Big train tracks take me down to New Orleans. Gotta see my Cajun baby, my little Jean-Marie. Well, locomotive, don't you know you're way too slow? Big locomotive, don't you know you're way too slow? Well, I ain't got much time, but I sure got a long way to go. Mr. Conductor, don't you hear a word I say? Mr. Conductor, don't you hear a word I say? Gotta get down to New Orleans and see my baby today. Big train tracks and take me down to New Orleans. Big train tracks take me down to New Orleans. We gotta see my little girl now, the prettiest thing I ever seen.
I just love live acoustic music. There's nothing better. Maybe,
I agree.
Maybe I'm delusional, but
well, I am. So I guess we're in the same boat.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah. If we're all crazy, at least one sane person has to be around to know that we're all crazy.
That's true. So
and
we just got to find that one sane person, though.
Good luck. But
I know.
But that's you know, I have a truckload of songs that I haven't played for so long. And hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? Thanks for your vote of confidence. Daniel's my buddy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
But if I remembered every song I wrote, man, I wouldn't have to make a song list every night. And because that's one of the songs I had to make up on the spot. You know, I had when I had the drummer that played way too fast. You know, right. he played like through the whole set in 30 minutes. Like, yeah, okay, I have to make something up now, so I just make up songs on the spot that cover the 15 minutes that we had to fill. And once in a while, that was one of the ones I did, and I remembered it because was pretty good. I think I'll try to remember that. So in a way, it did me a favor. Forced me to write stuff that on the spot, and so, but anyway, I mean, I love playing for you. I love coming on here and talking to my buddies, and I hope everybody's digging what we're doing. You know,
I'm supposed to ask you if you're working on the song that Robin sent him.
Robin sent me some lyrics. Robin, I am looked them over, and I've been trying to.
You lit them on fire and said, "Who in the hell sent me that shit?" You can go ahead and say it. I just said it.
Actually, no, she's a good songwriter. She writes some neat songs, but Robin, don't sell yourself short.
Well,
No, that's okay. I haven't had time to work on my own stuff, let alone anybody else's. I did one other song. I wrote another song that I was paid to.
Well, that's a good thing. Getting paid.
So I wrote that, but other than that, I haven't worked on my own stuff that much until my daughter goes home. I'm really not concentrating on anything except just spending time with her. So.
Well, we've talked before, and it comes in spurts too when you're writing songs. So.
Oh yeah. It's like you'll have dry spells. I guess I'll never write a song again. In fact, I started writing one today. It just came to me out of the blue, and I thought I just got to remember this line. I still remember it. I haven't written it down yet, but I'm going to write it down later on.
You better write it down.
Yeah. So. I will eventually. If I forget it, it wasn't meant to be.
That's right.
But anyway, that's about it, really. I mean, I just hope you guys have enjoyed my playing, and if you want me to do a house show for you, I'd love to do it. Feel free to buy all my CDs and just hang out with me.
Okay.
Buy me a beer.
Wait, let's run down the list of things here one more time. Where are you playing this Saturday?
I'm playing in Cayuga, Indiana, at Brenda's Papa Tops.
Right, and then the following set is that the following Saturday? Yes, the following Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
playing at Linton Music Fest at 3:30, and then about another 35 miles away at 6:30, I'm playing in the Bicknell Music Fest in Bicknell, Indiana.
And we want people
which is
Go ahead, finish your
which is a little tiny town.
We need to get you to bigger towns, I think is the problem.
I agree.
And
yeah, we're still throwing the idea of moving around the hopper,
Moving where?
Anywhere but here.
Okay.
No, somewhere that we're looking for a city that has nice, little towns outside that you can get to the city in time for have a job there.
Right.
That has a happening music scene and good employment, stats, and just to get somewhere that we can actually feel like we're making, some kind of progress.
Robin keeps young Austin, so she might be biased though. We just gotta throw that in there.
Well, my wife has a friend in College Station, but last time I was in Texas, I got nearly burnt to a crisp because it was so blasted hot.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's not a place to be. We want to send people to your YouTube account too, Mr. the Bluesman 65. That, like I said, that'll be in my show notes, and I'll post it on the YouTube page here, or the YouTube page, my Facebook page. Oh, good grief! I'm having a good time right now. My eyes are starting to cry.
Well, I was having fun. I wish your show would go another hour so we could hang out and play some more jams and have some fun.
Well, we'll have to have you back. I'll have to have you back on Just Roll one of these nights, because that's 2 hours. Well, it's an hour and a half, 45 minutes, whatever it is. With Eric, and we have a good time on that show too.
Yeah, well, Eric's a blast.
Yeah, he is. So. Okay, I think that's everything I needed to mention, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ken, thank you for coming on. I'm going to start wrapping it up, and I'll play all my fun stuff that I have to play to get off the show here.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, and I love you guys. Thanks for being in the chat room and listening, and I'll see you probably sometime later this evening.
All right. Well, have a good evening, Ken.
You too. Take care.
And that was Ken Tucker, noted blues musician. And I'm going to sign out here right now. I'm going to just play my gauntlet that I played coming in, and then I'm going to sign out. So everybody have a good evening. We're all live. fine. Play a little Ken Tucker there. I'm just lying to you. There we go.
Thank you for choosing Shark Radio Network. We encourage all of our listeners to keep an open mind and to not construe any of the data heard here. Shark Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the accuracy or validity of the information broadcasted by our hosts or guests. Listener discretion is advised. You are listening to Shark Radio Network.
The love of the written word is like a drug,
A single thought can turn into miles across the ocean.
or a night in bed with someone you love.
They are the very essence of my soul.
I breathe them in every day just to live.
The Eclectic Artist Cave, live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time on the Shark. Swim for your life.
Hey, this is Daryl Campbell with Ghost Hunting Southern Style, and you're listening to the Malliard Report on Shark Radio Network.
Hey everybody, it's the